Well, good evening, fans. Welcome in here tonight on AudioSportsOnline.com. I'm Rob Kendall along with Lex Zorn as tonight the Cascade Cadets play host to Edgewood in a girls-boys doubleheader. Should be a very exciting evening of high school basketball. Getting ready for the girls' game. Still got about 9 minutes up on the clock, and we'll be ready to go here in just a little bit. We'll bring our play-by-play man for the evening, Lex Zorn, in momentarily. Before we do, I want to start out as always by thanking some of the folks that make it possible for us to be out here. And, of course, we want to begin with the fine principal here at the Cascade High School, Mr. John Acton. And we also want to thank the fabulous athletic director, Scott Stevens, for making it possible for us to be out here tonight. I want to thank the sponsors as well, including the sports medicine partner, Hendricks Regional Health, for the Cascade Cadets. Also want to thank some of the other sponsors that make it possible. If you give me just a minute, here we go. Platinum partner, CJ's Pizza. Platinum partner, AIC Irrigation. Diamond partner, North Salem State Bank. And Diamond partner, Best Way Drywall, Inc. And so this time we bring in the play-by-play announcer for tonight's game. Leck, what do you got for us?
Well, thank you, Rob. It's great to be here tonight, as always, here in Clayton for this boys-girls doubleheader. You know, it's great to be here. It's always great to be out here, period, but especially when they have two games for the price of one. And not only two games for the price of one, but also two very good teams on both sides of the court. First, for the girls team, we've got the Lady Cadets ranked number 5 in the state with a record of 7-2. Playing against the Lady Mustangs with a record of 8-2. Then in the headline game of the night, we have the 4-1 Cadets, one of the top turnaround stories of the year here in Indiana high school basketball, coming off 4 consecutive losing seasons, playing against Edgewood, who enters the game with a record of 3-1. Looking at the girls' game, Cascade enters the game on a little bit of a down note. They lost their last game here at Clayton on Tuesday night. A heartbreaker 59-57 loss at the buzzer against the Cardinal Ritter Lady Raiders. It's a game in which Cascade trailed most of the game as their top player, Bailey Walker, missed about half of the game with foul trouble. But a furious comeback fueled especially by Hannah Rasnake actually sent the game into overtime, where the Lady Cadets lost on the buzzer on a layup by Mia Kiner. And tonight, the Cascade tries to get back on track, but it won't be easy because they're playing a very formidable opponent, the Class 3A Edgewood Lady Mustangs, who entered the game with a record of 8-2. They are a longtime power here in girls basketball. They've won 10 sectional championships as well as 2 regionals dating back to 1986. In fact, their most recent sectional championship was just last season. For the season, Cascade's top player is Bailey Walker, who's doing very well across the board. She averages 15.1 points, 9.3 rebounds, 3.3 steals, and 2 blocks a game. One of the state leaders in the latter 2 categories. In addition, the Lady Cadets have 3 other players averaging in double figures. Michaela Collier with 13.9 points a game, as well as 2.1 steals. Hannah Rasnake has 10.9 points per game, and Olivia Bryant 10.3 points, as well as a team-high 4.2 assists per game. And one weakness for Cascade all season has been bench play, which is not that uncommon for smaller schools since they don't have a big student population to draw from. Often, the teams only have a few real high-quality players and have to, play them for most of the game. However, on Tuesday, they got a bright spot off the bench in Trinity Hostetler, who had only 2 points all season. She scored 6 while relieving the foul-troubled Bailey Walker in that game. Hostetler is a 5'11 junior, and certainly they're hoping to have more things from her in the future, especially with Walker about to graduate at the end of this season. Now, let's take a look at Edgewood. The Lady Mustangs are a much different team. They're a much more defensive-oriented team than is Cascade. Cascade's averaging 61 points a game on the season. Edgewood's only 40. However, 4 of Edgewood's 5 starters average over 1.5 steals a game. So they're very dangerous on the defensive end, and if they can hold Cascade well below their average in scoring, then Edgewood's going to have a very good shot to win tonight. Edgewood has two players averaging double figures, led by Serena Morris, who leads the team in both points with 12.7 a game and rebounds at 10.9 a game. She is a 5'9 senior. Also, Malia Shockney, another senior at 5'5", averages 10.5 points a game. In addition, Claire Phillips averages 6.5 points and 2.6 assists, leading the team in that category. She is a 5'4 junior. And then the starting lineup rounded out by the Cuff sisters, Peyton averaging 5.1 a game and Taylor averaging 3.2 a game. Peyton, a 5'5 senior, and Taylor, a 5'6 junior. So definitely it's going to be a battle of two very different styles tonight. Cascade, can really light it up. They're a 35% three-point shooting team on the season. They're not at all shy about jacking it up from behind the arc, and certainly they can play good defense, but they like to run with it and really show no fear in being very aggressive on offense and trying to put up a lot of points. Whereas Edgewood is a team that just grinds it out and tries to win ugly, but it works in either case, as they enter with almost identical records, Cascade at 7-2, Edgewood at 8-2.
Hey, Lek, let's go ahead and get our starting lineups for
absolutely.
tonight's game for the visiting Edgewood squad. Number 12 is Claire Phillips. She's a 5'4 junior. Number 15, Serena Morris. She's a 5'9 senior. Number 20 is Peyton Acuff. She's a 5'5 senior. Number 21 is Malia Shockney, a 5'6 junior. And number 35 is Taylor Acuff, a 5'6 junior. So Phillips, Morris, Acuff, Shockney, and Acuff, your starters tonight for Edgewood. For the Cascade Cadets, number 0 is Michaela Collier, a senior 5'5". Number 12, Lexi Gross, a senior 5'2". Number 13, Olivia Bryant, a junior 5'6". Number 30, Laura Batts, a senior 5'4". And number 33 is Bailey Walker, a senior 5'10". So Collier, Gross, Bryant, Batts, and Walker are the starters tonight for your Cascade Lady Cadets. Cascade getting a run back out onto the floor now. Yeah, here they come. You can see them on the far side of the screen there. Edgewood will be the visitors tonight. They're going to wear the road black jerseys, red letters and numbers. The Lady Cadets will be in the home white jerseys with those easy-to-read blue outline. So should be an exciting evening of high school basketball, Lek.
Yeah, it sure is. And when it's 65 to 70 degrees with a very pleasant breeze, I say it's perfect weather for football or baseball, depending on what sport I'm doing at the time. Right now it's 24 degrees. This is one of those nights where I say the weather is perfect for basketball. Dr. James Naismith invented basketball specifically to have a sport to be played indoors when it was cold outside. So definitely this is a night where I'm sure he's looking down, smiling here in Central here. Smiling here at Central Indiana, where we've got a couple hundred fans here, about equally divided between Cascade and Edgewood, taking refuge from the very unpleasant weather to see an exciting doubleheader of basketball. We should have a few hundred more fans file in and out tonight. Throughout this evening through these two games. Also, we have some other JV and freshman games going on here tonight in the auxiliary gym as well. So now, as the final seconds of the pregame clock run down, we're about to pause for the national anthem, and then we'll be back with these two exciting games.
For this evening's girls varsity matchup, featuring our guests, the Mustangs of Edgewood High School, and your Cascade Cadets. A few announcements prior to the start of the game. The restrooms and concessions are located on the upper concourse. Restrooms are on the end of the American flag, and the concessions are opposite the American flag. We ask that all fans please clean up their areas and place trash in the proper receptacles prior to leaving today. For the safety of all fans, we ask that all children remain in the stands with parents and supervised at all times during tonight's games. In the spirit of good sportsmanship, please respect the decisions of today's officials and coaches and be models of positive behavior for the young athletes playing in today's game. Hendricks Regional Health is proud to be the indispensable sports medicine partner for the Cascade High School. At this time, we would ask that you please rise, kindly remove your hats, and face the flag at the west end of the gymnasium as we honor our freedoms, those who protect us, and those who have made the ultimate sacrifice for our country. Please welcome the Cascade Pep Band under the direction of Mr. Doug McCoy. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem.
All right, there you go, our national anthem, and now we're going to have our starting lineups for the Mustangs and the Cadets tonight here on AudioSportsOnline.com. Mustangs will go first.
I'll tell you, Rob, it's great to have the pep band with us. You know, that was really a void the first few games that we did here this year.
They had a lot, no doubt about that.
So now Edgewood being introduced. They brought a really nice contingency from Ellettsville, which is about an hour south of here. It's near Bloomington. So Edgewood wearing the black jerseys with red numbers. Looks like the University of... So, yeah, this game looks like the University of Cincinnati versus Indiana State as far as the color schemes of the two schools.
Hey, and speaking of Indiana State...
Yeah.
How about those guys? Big win the other night.
Yeah, ironically on Larry Bird's 60th birthday. So... Definitely they made their most famous graduate very proud. And, of course, you know, Larry's now been back in his home state for about 20 years in various capacities with the Pacers. And he sits, I noticed, I figured out where he sits. He sits the same place every game, and he's actually pretty accessible to fans. He actually signs autographs for them, you know, when they approach him during the games. So anyway, now the teams, and I'll tell you, you know, I'm actually my eyes are starting to get attuned to these Cascade girls uniforms. So I'm not having to, you know, squint as much. So anyway, now we're, teams coming out for the opening tip. We got Serena Morris and Olivia Bryant jumping. So Edgewood controls the tip, and they will bring it up as we start this doubleheader here in Clayton. Two very good teams here. So now let's see. We've got Malia Shockney handling the ball, throwing it on the other side. And now drives to the lane, loses control, puts it up and in, though. So that was Peyton Acuff striking first blood for the Lady Mustangs. And now on the other end, layup no good. Edgewood controls the rebound. And 7:23 to go here. Edgewood with the ball, a 2-0 lead here in the early going. And now a jump shot is up and good. There's a perfect shot there by Claire Phillips. So now a 4-0 Edgewood lead here in the first minute with Peyton Acuff and Claire Phillips each with a field goal. And now inside, though, to no good, but then puts it back up and in. So Bailey Walker boy, they're going to be looking for a big game from her. She missed about half of the other game with foul trouble. Had her third foul within a quarter and a half, and then barely played the rest of the game. And then picked up her fourth foul early in the third quarter. So now a steal there, and now a fast break. Pitches up to, I believe that's Walker, who puts it up and then gets her in rebound, puts it up, no good. And Edgewood controls the rebound.
Yeah, I was just going to say, one of the things for Cascade that's key is how well they can run that full court press, and they were able to force a turnover that time, even though they didn't convert.
Yeah, so now a layup that's up and good there by Serena Morris, the team's leading scorer. So now 3 of the 5 cadets have scored here. The 3 of the 5 Mustangs starters have scored in the first 2 minutes, and now a three-pointer by Lexi Gross off the rim. Edgewood gets the rebound. So Edgewood with the ball and a 6-2 lead. Just a little over 2 minutes in. We got a steal there in the other end now. 2-on-2 fast break. And puts up the layup and fouled and hits it.
That was Collier. Nice job that time. Collier came up with a loose ball, decided she was going to take it herself, went the distance, and has a chance for the three-point play.
Indeed. So Michaela Collier, who's the team's second leading scorer. She's averaging 13.9 points a game. She wears number 0, 5'5" senior. Good, shot to play college ball a year from now, and her free throw is up and good, so she completes the three-point play. And your score here in Clayton is 6-5 in favor of Edgewood. So now aggressive defense, and now we got a steal there, jump ball, and the possession arrow favors Cascade. So nice job there by Lexi Gross getting down there on the floor. And Lexi Gross, the shortest player in the team, shortest player for either team, only 5'2", but she's a very relentless competitor. You look at some of the shortest players in basketball, on all levels, they tend to be, the most aggressive, most competitive a lot of the times. And that's the case here with Lexi Gross as she handles the ball now. So I think, one thing that Cascade really needs to do tonight, they need to get off to a fast start rather than having to play comeback as they did the other night. And then they need to get Bailey Walker, keep her in the game most of the time. Cascade, like a lot of smaller schools, does not have a deep bench. They don't have a reserve averaging as many as 3 points a game. So now just inside the line, yes, her foot was on the line, but Claire Phillips nails a jumper that makes the score 8-5. She has a game-high 4 points just under 3 minutes in here at Clayton. So now a nice behind-the-back dribble there. Layup is no good off the rim. Somebody got the rebound. I could not tell from it.
Yeah, that was Gross.
Okay.
Rasnick with the miss. No, check that.
Yeah.
It was Rasnick with the miss, but number 30, Laura Batts with the rebound.
Yeah, Batts getting, I believe, her first start of the season. Right now we've got a couple of substitutions already with Gross and Batts both sitting down for Cascade. Now we had near steal there. So very, very aggressive defense early in this game by Cascade. Now we got a three-pointer there. No good off the front of the rim. Then putback is also no good. Cascade controls the rebound now. Collier giving it up now. And we got a three-pointer. This would tie it. No good off the rim. And Cascade gets the rebound. And now
they'll restart the offense. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Olivia Bryant, number 13, with it at the top of the key, dribbling around.
Yes, so
Cascade plays hard, no matter what, no matter who they're playing. They get on the floor, and they cause a lot of problems for the opposition. Passing to Walker, she's open, lays
got
it
it
in.
So Bailey Walker with 4 early points. And like I said, they're going to need a big game for her. She had only 9 points tonight. The other night, just barely half of her average. And now we got a foul there. I couldn't. We got a Cascade player who's slow to get up. She's on one knee now. She's standing up groggily. That's Bailey Walker. Looks like she is going to stay in the game. So now 8-7, your score here. And now a near steal. Boy, Cascade's going for a steal on just about every pass, and then a hook shot, no good there by Serena Morris. And now a three-pointer at the other end. This would put Cascade ahead for the first time. No good. Rebound there. And now a near steal from behind there by Walker. So 3:29 now. And now a hook shot, no good there. And Cascade controls the rebound. They bring it up. And now we got, thinks about a three, and she drives, though, and I think, okay, they're going to see what the foul is. It's going to on Shockney. So it's not a shooting foul. It's only the second foul of the game. It's first for Shockney. The second foul against Edgewood, that is. So now Walker with the ball, pitches inside. Puts it up off the glass, no good.
A lot of contact down there, like they're really letting him play.
Yeah, this is one of those. And now a nice behind the back pass by Claire Phillips. Puts it up off the glass, no good. Cascade with the rebound. And Olivia Bryant is bringing it up now. Finds Walker, puts up a three, and she hits it.
Yeah, it's Michaela Collier.
Collier, excuse me. So Collier with a game-high 6 points. Cascade takes the lead for the first time, 10-8, a little over 5 minutes in. So now we'll see how Edgewood handles it now that they're down for the first time. Claire Phillips air ball on the jump shot now. And it goes out of bounds now to Cascade. I'll tell you, that was a heck of a behind-the-back dribble a few plays ago by Claire Phillips. It reminded me of Albie Downard, the point guard for Cardinal Ritter, who had several great behind-the-back dribbles the other night. She was the biggest part of that Cardinal Ritter road win here. And
yeah, it's really a staple of this Cascade team, though, Leck, to play very hard defense. And last couple trips down the floor, they've kept the Edgewood squad, as there's a three from Walker, up, no good, and they've kept them out of the scoring column.
Yeah, so definitely they've shaken off that bad start, and hopefully they'll be able to play from ahead tonight rather than playing from behind like they did for about 90%, literally about 90%. Of that Cardinal Ritter loss on Tuesday. Game that really they had a shot to win. They just dug themselves a hole and put themselves in a position where they had almost no margin for error. So now a sloppy pass there, and Cascade gets a steal. Bringing it down, fast break, no good off the rim. And we got a whistle here.
I think they're going to say it went out of bounds, last touched by the Mustangs.
So Cascade will take it inbound from under their basket, 1:18 to go here. Three-pointer, no good, and goes out of bounds to Edgewood with 1:12 to go here in the first quarter. This is Lex Zorn, joined by Rob Kendall, coming to you live on Audio Sports Online. We're at Cascade High School for the first game of a boys-girls doubleheader between these two winning teams, the 7-1 Lady Cadets and the 4-1, I guess you could say, boy cadets. And now Edgewood takes a timeout. They were in danger of a 10-second violation there. So I really applaud the way that Cascade has really come out swinging tonight. I think they learned from that. Good teams sometimes lose, but they learn from those losses. And I think that it's obvious that that Cascade, since that loss 3 days ago, has been trying to avoid their pitfalls that night. They're trying to avoid going down early. They're trying to keep Bailey Walker out of foul trouble and trying to avoid putting themselves in a position where they have no margin for error. And, one thing they've been doing is they've been very aggressive on defense, going for a lot of steals. They've haven't gotten everyone they've gone for, but they've gotten a few of them. And, they keep on doing that. They're going to have an excellent shot to pull off this game. And it would be another win against a higher class team. Edgewood, a Class 3A team. And the majority of Cascade's wins this year have come against higher division teams. So now just a jumper just inside the three-point line. No good. And Cascade gets the rebound, 39 seconds left. So Olivia Bryant takes it and then pitches over for a three-point shot. Air ball, and it's knocked out of bounds to Cascade. 30.4 seconds to go. The Lady Cadets have the a 10-8 lead here. So now Olivia Bryant with the ball, guarded by Phillips. 21 seconds to go now. A Cascade not in any kind of hurry. And now inside, and it tries to, and it's knocked out of bounds there. To Cascade, 9.2 seconds to go. There was a Lady Cadet driving to the basket who they tried to feed, but it was knocked away by an Edgewood defender. So now inbounds to Bailey Walker. 5 seconds left. She gives it up. And now we got a three-pointer at the buzzer. It is in. She got it. Olivia Bryant. So that gives Cascade, at the end of the first quarter, their biggest lead of the game. After one quarter of play here at Clayton, your score, Cascade 13, Edgewood 8. Certainly it's an exciting first quarter. And, you know, Cascade, they got off to a little bit of a shaky start, but they finished very strong. And it's good to see fans still filing in here. Probably a lot of people, you know, getting off work, didn't have time to get here for the opening tip-off. But, you know, there should have, you know, a few hundred more people here through the course of the evening. And certainly, by the way, looking at the scoring for the first quarter, Michaela Collier led the way with 6, and then Olivia Bryant with 3, and Bailey Walker with 4. And I believe they got through the whole quarter without a foul there on Walker, so that's a good sign. Meanwhile, on the other side of the floor, Claire Phillips led Edgewood with 4. Serena Morris had 4, and Serena Morris had 2, and Peyton Acuff had 2. So a pretty balanced scoring for both teams. 3 of the 5 starters for each team have scored so far. And now Trinity Hostetler, who played surprisingly well the other night in relief of Bailey Walker, is now into the game. So we expect she'll be getting some more minutes as the season goes on after that great performance the other night. Especially because Cascade has not done much off the bench all season until that performance. So now Cascade with the ball to start off the quarter. They lead by 5. That's their biggest lead of the game. And now driving to the basket, no good. And Edgewood controls the rebound. Claire Phillips bringing it up. She's an excellent ball handler. And now a three-pointer is up and good. That's Malia Shockney with her first points of the game. And that cuts the lead to 2, and we got a timeout right off the bat. 30-second timeout by Cascade. So we've had 2 undersized but outstanding ball-handling point guards here in this gym this week. First, we had Abby Downard on Tuesday with Cardinal Ritter. Tonight, we have Claire Phillips with Edgewood. This is my first time calling Edgewood in any sport, so definitely I'm still trying to get in the habit of saying the name. You know, there's a lot of schools that I've called many times over the years, and I'm starting to get accustomed to, you know, Cascade, since, you know, I've been this has become my second home over the last 3 weeks, and will be for the balance of the season, hopefully for many years to come. I love the beautiful drive down US 40 out here. And it's a great program, you know, with a very gracious and appreciative staff who, you know, we love working for. So now back to action here. Cascade with a 2-point lead and the ball early in the second quarter. Pitch inside, a turnaround jumper, no good. And it's knocked out. No, it's saved by Cascade. And now Phillips will bring it up again. Coming off a pick by Serena Morris. Now Morris drives it in. No good, but she gets her own rebound. Then pitches it back out. We got a three-pointer, and it is good by Malia Shockney. So now 2 threes by Shockney to start off the half, and that puts Edgewood back on top, 14-13, 6:39 to go here in the second quarter at Clayton. And now a jump shot there, no good. But the Lady Cadets come away with the rebound. 6:28 to go. They're trailing by 1. They trailed much of the first quarter before a flurry at the end put them up by 5. And now a jump shot up and no good off the rim after several bounces. So now Phillips brings it up. Another behind-the-back dribble. Now pitches over to Morris, and now Morris pitches over to, and now a running jumper, no good there by Kaylee Meyer. And we got a whistle here with 5:54 to go here in the second quarter.
Had it in their hands that time. Got right through the fingertips and ended up in the hands of Edgewood, and they were able to pick up a foul.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, I've been really impressed. I've been impressed by the great support that this community here in Clayton has for Cascade Athletics, but I've also been very impressed by the road crowds we've had for all of our games this year so far. We got a really nice crowd from Ellettsville, and really early in the second quarter of the girls' game, we're probably going to have quite a few more fans. It's great to see, fans who make road trips like that to support their kids. So now 5:40 to go. Edgewood with the ball in a 1-point lead here at Clayton. And now relentless defense. They give it back to Phillips, who's double-teamed near the midcourt line. She pitches over to Peyton, a cuff. And now the ball's knocked away, stolen there by Cascade. And they bring it down, pitches up, and they tried to feed Walker for the easy layup, but she just didn't get a grip on it. It goes out of bounds to Edgewood. 5:20 to go here.
Yeah, they had an open man there in Walker, but just overthrew the pass that time, and unfortunately it was a turnover for your Cadets.
Yes, so now Peyton Acuff now pitches it over. And now we've got a three-pointer from the top of the key, no good off the front of the rim. And Cascade brings it down, trying to take the lead, loses control over it, and is knocked into the hands of Phillips, who brings it up. Phillips, another undersized point guard, only 5'4", but, again, a relentless competitor. And now a three-pointer by Peyton Acuff, no good off the back of the rim, and rebounded there by Cascade. They bring it up, tries to take it in, and then she
block,
pitched it up and ended up being blocked. So now down to Taylor Acuff, jumper no good, and Olivia Bryant comes with it, tries to take it the length of the court herself, off the rim, and now Serena Morris, the team's only double-figure rebounder, comes away with it.
Yeah, Cascade's getting a lot of good looks at the basket luck, and they just and they just couldn't seem to get any luck to get them to go down.
Oh yeah, I know. So now Taylor Acuff loses it, and now on the other end they pitch it up to, I believe that's Bailey Walker, misses a layup. Cascade's missed several easy shots tonight. That's something they're going to have to change.
Yeah, they've all come in a row.
And now we got a jump ball again, possession arrow this time favoring Cardinal Ritter.
You got to hit those layups because they're just such easy looks at the basket. You go exert so much effort to get those easy looks, and unfortunately for Cascade, they haven't been able to do that thus far.
Yes, indeed. So now Edgewood inbounding from their own basket, pitch inside to Morris, who drives to the basket and gets the foul there. 3:46 remaining here in the second quarter at Clayton. Cascade trailing Edgewood by a score of 14-13. It was 13-8 in favor of Cascade at the end of the first quarter. However, Cascade has not scored here in this quarter, having missed several close-range shots. The only offense in the quarter so far, 2 three-point field goals by Malia Shockney. So now, for the first time tonight, Claire Phillips gets a break now. Peyton Acuff now with the ball coming off a pick there. by Serena Morris, and the ball is thrown away now to Cascade with 3:21 to go here in the second quarter.
Well, just like we had last week, the last game we did lack, pretty evenly matched teams as it was with Ritter. Edgewood and Cascade look like they're pretty close, man for man.
Yes. So now a drive to the basket. Tries to looked like she wanted to draw the foul, didn't get it. No good, and Edgewood comes away with it. Now on the other end, we got a whistle there. Malia Shockney was driving, and there's some contact there just in front of the lane. It's going to go against Michaela. It's going to go against Bailey Walker. Well, this game, this is Bailey Walker's first foul. By this time in the last game, she was on the bench with 3, so at least this is a big improvement. Walker has 4 points all in the first quarter. So now a shot, they're partially blocked there by Kaylee Meyer. And now on the other end of the court, Cascade goes back in the lead.
That was
on
Collier.
Collier with a game-high 8. And so the first Cascade points of the quarter come more than 5 minutes in. So now Phillips back into the game. And now it nearly knocked into the backcourt there by Cascade. Gives the ball back to Phillips, 2:26 to go. Cascade leading by 1 here in the second quarter of this. And now she takes it in herself, but no good. And we got to fight for the rebound. But Cascade comes away with it. And now on the other end, it's nearly thrown away, but a nice save there. So now we got Lexi Gross for 3. No good off the back of the rim, but the Lady Cadets come up with the rebound. Put it back up, and it's in.
Nice job by Walker that time. Got a little push off there that the referees let go. Able to get the rebound and went in with the right hand for 2.
So Bailey Walker with 6 points now. And now on the other end, they throw all the way down court to Taylor Acuff. We got to fight for the loose ball here, and we got a jump ball, and the possession arrow favors Cascade. So they will have the ball with a 3-point lead, 1:46 to go here in the second quarter.
You know, I don't know if these refs are on a time limit or what, but they are letting them play, man.
And maybe it's because we have a doubleheader. They don't want it to go on all night. But yeah, it looked a little more like pro wrestling than basketball at a few points tonight. So now, drive to the basket, puts it up, and good.
Walker good for 2 again, so she's making up for a couple of those early misses now. 8 points for her.
Yeah, Bailey Walker, she has 8. She only had 9 in all of the loss to Cardinal Ritter. So definitely it's good to see her not only on track, but also keep in mind with only 1 foul nearly halfway through. So she's going to probably feel a lot more comfortable playing a lot more aggressively. I think, the other night in that Cardinal Ritter loss, when she got her 3rd foul, in the first half of the second quarter, and then she got her 4th foul early in the third, she was just so afraid of getting that 5th, and she just, didn't feel comfortable playing as aggressively as she needed to. And that certainly was a huge factor in that loss. So now Phillips takes the ball past midcourt, a little over a minute to play here in the second quarter. Cascade with the ball. They're on a 6-0 run now. We've had a pair of 6-0 runs here in the second quarter, first by Edgewood, then by Cascade. So now Phillips with the ball near the midcourt line, 47 seconds to go now. Another behind-the-back dribble. Great ball handler Phillips is. And now pass it over to Grace Bretveld. And now layup no good. So 33 seconds to go. Cascade brings it down at the jumper just inside the 3-point line, in and out. And Lady Mustangs come away with the rebound. So Phillips brings it past midcourt. 22 seconds to go now. Very fast-paced first half here. And now Phillips takes it inside the 3-point line. Now switches directions. Pitches out for a 3-point attempt. That's in and out. And now a rebound there by Hannah Rasnake. 5 seconds for 3-pointer at the... and they hit it!
Wow. What an end to the first half. Rasnake dribbles right down very confidently, drains the 3, and it's 22-14 as we head into the locker room.
Well, very exciting first half here at Clayton tonight. I'll tell you, it's a game that a couple of times looked like it was in danger of, I shouldn't say slipping away because that would be overstating it, but certainly where it looked like Edgewood had a good chance to seize control. But, both times Cascade came firing back, and most importantly, you see the effort was there all along, but finally in the last few minutes there of the second quarter, their shots finally started to fall, whereas it seemed like they couldn't buy a bucket for a while, missed some very short-range shots, but, they led 13-8 at the end of one. Then Edgewood went on that 6-0 run to start the quarter. But then, it took Cascade, after Cascade finally scored their first points of the quarter, more than 5 minutes in, they ended up scoring 9 points. They went on a 9-0 run to close out the quarter, bringing us to our current score of 22-14. Michaela Collier and Bailey Walker lead the way for Cascade with 8 points each, with Olivia Bryant having 3 and Hannah Rasnick having 3 for Edgewood. Malia Shockney leads the way with 6 points, followed by Claire Phillips with 4, and then Serena Morris and Peyton Acuff have 2 each. So 4 players for each team have scored. Looking ahead, the next game for your lady cadets will be Tuesday night when they face the Monrovia Lady Bulldogs. We'll be bringing that one to you right here, 7:30 p.m. on Tuesday night. Hope you all will join us for that in person and or here on the radio. You can come, with your mobile device and watch it in person while you listen to Rob's and my commentary. Monrovia, so far this season, is off to a 5-5 start under head coach Kevin Rounds. So it should be, a very competitive game. They're a 2A team. In fact, it'll be one of the few times all season that Cascade, that the Lady Cadets have played someone in their own class. In fact, only the second time. Their other opponents have all been from Class 3A or 4A, making their 7-2 record even more impressive. And of course, also after this game is over, we hope that you'll stay tuned for the boys' game between these two team schools. Again, it's 2 very good teams. The boys enter the game with a record of 4-1 for Cascade and 3-1 for Edgewood. Again, Edgewood is located in Ellettsville, Indiana, which is about an hour south of here, near Bloomington. And so then tomorrow night, we hope you all will get back here to Clayton and see the boys cadets team face Danville. They're rivals from here in Hendricks County, and that's going to start at 7:30. And in addition to Audio Sports Online, the game will also be broadcast live on the FM airwaves on WYRZ, which just started about a year ago here in Hendricks County, bringing FM airwaves back after a long absence from the county. So certainly a lot of basketball that we're going to have here. And then in addition, next, let's see. And that will be, by the way, tomorrow will be the last boys game here at Cascade until all the way on January 13th when we're going to have a boys-girls doubleheader against Cloverdale. And after tomorrow, then the boys will be at Owen Valley. I'm sorry, the girls, will be at Owen Valley next Friday night and out South Putnam next Saturday night, and then they'll be off for a whopping 17 days until they return to Plainfield to play the Hendricks County tournament, and when they're going to have 3 games there over. They're going to be playing that Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday that week, and then at Northview out in Brazil, Indiana, a few miles, probably about 30 miles west of here near the Illinois border. That will be on January the 10th, Tuesday, before they return to Clayton here for boys-girls doubleheader with Cloverdale. So, and then they'll make up for the month off from home by playing 2 home games in 2 days. They'll be back the next day at 2 p.m. against South Vermilion. And then, let's see, on January 20th, they're playing in the Western Indiana Conference playoffs. Rob, do you happen to know where that is?
I do not. I know where we're supposed to go.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's enough. Then as for the boys, let's see. And it's now that the pep band's playing We Got the Beat by the Go-Go's. That's a song that came out amazingly 35 years ago. One of the great classics of my youth. It's interesting to me that when I hear these pep bands, they play so many songs that, are far older than any of the band members.
Yeah.
So you just wonder, do today's kids really love the music of my youth that much from the 70s and 80s? Or, do the band directors force it on the kids? I don't know. But anyway, it's great to hear all these classic songs. And, the first few games here, they were just playing records over the speakers. So now Edgewood returning to the court, trying to figure out some answers. And keep in mind that Edgewood only averages 40 a game. Their leading scorer, Serena Morris, averages only 12 points a game. And she's one of only two Lady Mustangs averaging double figures, Malia Shockney being the other at 10.5 a game. So if Cascade can push the lead up to, say, 12, 15 points, even for a great defensive team, which Edgewood is, that's going to be very hard for them to overcome. That's really going to play in their favor. And it would put Edgewood in the position that Cascade was in Tuesday night, in which, they just have no margin of error. And have to, just really play from behind and take a lot of chances that they ordinarily would not have to take. So certainly things looking very promising for the Lady Cadets right now, and certainly it would be great for them to get what would be their 7th win of the season. Well, their 8th win overall, but it would be their 7th win against a higher class opponent. Cascade are only ranked in Class 2A, the enrollment of the school, just under 500. And Cascade also competes at Class 2A in football, though they have 6 classes in football as opposed to 4. And, when I was pulling in, it's the first time that it's been daylight when I've pulled into Cascade. For the previous games, it was always at night by the time I showed up. So I was able to get a good look at their football field for the first time. And I'll tell you, for a Class 2A school, I've been, I've seen plenty of higher class football stadiums that had far smaller seating capacities. So it's a great testament to, how solid the fan support is. And, it's great to have Cascade on board for basketball, both boys and girls. Hopefully they'll be on board for football next year here on Audio Sports Online. We shall see. And now under 2 minutes here in the halftime clock. So should be resuming action here shortly. Let's look at, the Cascade boys schedule now for the next few weeks. Like I said, tomorrow night they're going to be here against Danville. Obviously tonight against Edgewood, the second game of the doubleheader. A week from tonight they're going to be out at Owen Valley for a boys-girls doubleheader out there. And then on a week from Tuesday, the 20th, they will be back here to host Greencastle. We'll be bringing that one to you as well. And then they will be off for 15 days until they return to action on June 4th in the Hendricks County Tournament, which is out at Plainfield. And I'll tell you, if you've never been to the Hendricks County Tournament, absolutely get out there. Plainfield is probably not more than a 15 or 20-minute drive here from Clayton. Basically, what you get about 2 games a day. Really more than that, because they have a losers bracket as well, so everybody gets to play 2 or 3 games, and they'll end up with a 1st through 6th place team for both the boys and the girls. And so just a few dollars, you can get tickets for all sessions, and you'll get to see probably in the neighborhood of a dozen games over 5 days. And one thing that makes it especially cool is that these are all teams that are within just a few miles of each other, that mostly play each other during the season, and because they're all in the same county, they want to beat each other in the worst way. So it's really cool walking into the gyms and seeing the different blocks of solid colored sweaters for the different schools. And it reminds me of the old sectionals in the glory days before they had class basketball. So definitely, if you can make it out to Plainfield for any or all of there will be 5 sessions out there, one a day from Tuesday through Saturday that week, the 3rd through the 7th. And we'll be bringing you all the winners brackets games on right here on audiosportsonline.com. And there's going to be on WYRZ as well, Rob?
Which games?
The winners bracket games for the Hendricks County tournament?
Yes, all the winners bracket games will be broadcast on WYRZ 98.9.
So, and it would be great to see Cascade get out there and pull off some upsets over the, since they're the lowest class school here in Hendricks County, it would be great to see them get out there and, upset some of the big boys.
Yeah, definitely a possibility, Leck.
Yeah, definitely. Both teams are, playing above the, typical level of their class this season. So now to start off the second half, Claire Phillips with the ball for the Lady Mustangs. And so now pitches in to Morris, digs the basket, puts it up, knocked away. Cascade controls it. Now pitch up to Lexi Gross into the front court. Cascade with the ball and an 8-point lead here to start off third quarter. Now pitches inside. Bank shot up and good, up and no good, excuse me. She got her own rebound and put it back up and also was no good. So,
not to cut you off there, Leck, but that was an issue for Cascade in the first half.
Right.
Missing some easy shots, so let's hope they can rectify that here in the second.
Yeah, they rectified it about the last 3 minutes of the second quarter when they went on that 9-0 run, which is still continuing. And now Morris drives to the basket, puts it up, and we got a foul there. 7:14 to go here in the third quarter. Cascade leading Edgewood 22-14.
Foul's going to be on the Cadets, I believe.
So Serena Morris, the team's leading scorer, averaging 12.7 a game, only 2 in the first half. She goes to the line now, and her first one is up, and it is good. So that breaks the 9-0 run there by the Lady Cadets as Edgewood strikes first blood here in the second half. They cut the lead to 7. Edgewood, without a big offense, probably going to need a big second half from their leading scorer, Serena Morris. So that one, though, is no good. Morris with 3 on the game. So Cascade with the ball and a 7-point lead early in the third quarter here at Clayton. The first game of a boys-girls doubleheader. Got a lot more basketball to bring to you tonight. So now under 7 minutes to go. Cascade showing, they're being very methodical, showing no hurry. Lexi Gross now with the ball at the top of the key. Pitches over to Olivia Bryant, back to Gross, puts up a 3. She hits it.
Nice shot by Gross that time, and Cascade responding, extending the lead to 10.
Lexi Gross, her first points of the game, and that gives Cascade their biggest lead of the evening. 25-15 your score. Edgewood trying to get back in it. Claire Phillips showing a lot of urgency, tries to take it in herself. It's knocked away out of bounds to Edgewood. 6:19 to go here in the second quarter, or in the third quarter, excuse me. Cascade trying to recover from Tuesday's disappointing loss to Cardinal Ritter in overtime. So now drive to the basket, pitches over to Morris, who then stolen on a pass. She tried to get it back to Phillips. So now Cascade throws down court, layup off the glass and good.
That was Collier for 2 that time, getting back, and Lexi Gross with the steal that time. So she's hit the 3 and counted for 2 more points there with the steal.
And the ball's under pressure. The inbounds pass was knocked out of bounds to Cascade. So the Lady Cadets now with a 12-point lead and the ball. Michaela Collier, the first double-figure scorer in the game. She has 10. And now pass into Walker. Now jump shot from the baseline, and it's good.
Yeah, it's a long 2. That was Collier again with the long 2. And a timeout by Edgewood.
Yeah, if Dick Vitale were commentating this game, this is one time he would have said, better get a TO, baby.
Yeah, because Cascade's starting to run away with this one now. Good news for them.
Yes.
As they are up 29-15.
Yes, and they're on a now, believe it or not, a 16-1 run since they were up 13-8 at the end of 1, then gave up 6 points to start the second quarter. but it's been almost all Cascade ever since. They scored 9 points to start off the to close out the second quarter, and then after that free throw by Morris to start the third quarter, Cascade's on a 7-0 run since then. So 29-15 your score now. Cascade doing very well here tonight. And, last week the Lady Cadets suffered their first loss of the season. Came against Martinsville, understandably, since they have, Martinsville has that sensational player, Kayla Traylor, who is committed to Purdue and very much worthy of it. But then the Lady Cadets rebounded from that. They destroyed Brown County last Saturday night as the Cadets swept that boys-girls doubleheader, and now certainly responding very well tonight from that loss to Cardinal Ritter on Tuesday.
And a steal.
Yeah. So now Cascade, everything falling apart. And we got Olivia Bryant fouled as she hits a shot, going to try to make a three-point play. Cascade now up 31-15 over Edgewood. Keep in mind, Edgewood averages a mere 40 points on the season. So now they're really in a deep hole. It's unlikely they're going to have the offensive firepower to come back in this one now, as Bryant tries to complete the three-point play. In and out.
Lead is 16 now, Leck, 31-15.
18-1 run by the Lady Cadets.
Yeah, it's fairly amazing that you would see that in a game where these two teams, at least for most of the first half, appear to be very evenly matched.
Yes, indeed. So now Peyton Cuff now gives it over to Malia Shockney. Puts it up, no good. Gets her own rebound. Now takes it back out to the right perimeter. Very heavily guarded. So you really got to give Cascade all the credit in the world. I mean, they're going for a steal on every possession, every inbounds passed by Edgewood. Beautiful behind the back. That was a great move by Claire Phillips, behind the back dribble, and then a hook shot. It didn't work, but she had the right idea.
And now we're going to get a travel in the Cadets as Walker was trying to push it down the court a little too quick and committed the turnover.
Well, Bailey Walker, the team's leading scorer, averages 15 points a game. Only had 9 in the loss to Cardinal Ritter on Tuesday. She only has 8 tonight, but they probably aren't going to need a big game for her the rest of the way. She stayed out of foul trouble, only 1 foul so far. And, she's missed 3 or 4, I think, very short-range shots, so she easily could have 14 or 16 right now. And then you got a three-pointer there, no good off the front of the rim. Goes out of bounds to Cascade there. Missed shot there by Shockney. She's the leading Edgewood scorer with 6, nearly halfway through the third quarter here. Cascade on an 18-1 run, leading the Lady Mustangs 31-15 on audiosportsonline.com. So now... And now let's say not enough muscle on that pass stolen there by Edgewood. Shockney now coming down. Jumper from just past the free throw line, no good. Rebound Cascade, 3:50 to go here in the third quarter now. And now drive to the basket there, puts it up, no good. But she'll go to the line for 2.
Yeah, nice job that time. Gets back to the free throw line, 3:50 left to go in the third quarter. 31-15, your Cadets with the lead.
So Michaela Collier, the leading scorer of the game, with 12 points, now steps to the line. First one is up, and it is good. Swish. So 32-15 your score. And now Collier puts up the second one. It is good after several bounces. So I'll tell you, Olivia Collier now has nearly as many points as the entire Edgewood team. Edgewood has 15. Michaela Collier has 14. I think I said Olivia Bryant. I meant Michaela Collier. Now we got another steal there, and now she takes it she takes it all the way herself, draws the foul. So things absolutely falling apart for Edgewood now. They're getting very sloppy, and Cascade hasn't always handled the ball perfectly. but certainly, and now Collier, if she hits both of these, she will have more points than the entire Edgewood team.
Well, that defense for Cascade has been so good tonight, Leck.
Yeah.
That full court press has really done a lot of damage. First free throw up and good.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And Edgewood just has not responded to it, and you can bet that's one thing they are going to be working on in practice now. And now Michaela Collier, second one is up, and it is also good. So Collier now has more points than Edgewood. Your score is 35-15 in favor of Cascade. 16 of those 35 points belong to Michaela Collier, so she has one more point than all of Edgewood. And now another steal there, and a foul against Edgewood. So, really, this is one of those games now with the limited offense that Edgewood has. There's not much chance they're going to come back to win, which, of course, is good news for us Cascade people. But certainly, if you're Edgewood, what you just want to do now is just play mistake-free the rest of the game. Cut into as much of the lead as you can. You're probably not going to cut all 20 points off of it, but certainly try to end the game on a good note. And now a jump shot in the lane, banked in there by Amelia Bryant. Those are her first points of the game. 37-15 now. An incredible 24-1 run there now by the Cascade Lady Cadets. And, it all started less than a quarter ago. It was just where there's 3:06 to go here in the third quarter. There were just under 3 minutes to go in the second quarter when this run started. Hard to, I'll tell you, if you looked at the score now, you would never guess that Edgewood led, in the last half of the second quarter. It doesn't seem possible, but that's the way it's been tonight. Foul there on Amelia Bryant. That's her first, and only the team third. So not a lot of fouls in this game, as Rob alluded to earlier. So Edgewood now trailing by 22, taking the ball out, and then pitches into Morris. Gives it up to Phillips. Back over to Morris. Thinks about a three. Holds back. Pitches out to Kaylee Meyer. Now pitches over to Phillips, who drives to the free throw line and pitches back to Morris. Thinks about a three, then holds back. Back over to Phillips, who now goes up to the top of the key, still dribbling. Now pitches over to the left perimeter. Now back over to Taylor Acuff. Now back to Phillips at the free throw line. Now over to Meyer again. 2:12 to go now in the third quarter. Cascade apparently on to their 8th win of the season. And now we've got a whistle here with 2:06 to go. 37-15. 37-15 the score here. So now let's see Bailey Walker sitting down. She's had a relatively quiet game, although she stayed out of foul trouble, has scored 8 points, barely half her average, but they have not needed her. Michaela Collier's been the star tonight. Three-pointer there by Phillips, in and out. And rebound there by Morris, who gives it over to Taylor Acuff, who puts it in for her first points of the game. So that breaks a long drought. 30, but Cascade still leads by 20. It's 37-17 here. Now a three-pointer. Bailey Walker draining a three now. She has 11 now, so she's getting back into double figures. 40-17 now. 27-3 run there. And now another steal there on a pass by Meyer. And now a third time down court. That was the third shot by Cascade. That trip down court after a couple of bank shots failed.
Yeah, Cascade had hit their layups in this game. They'd be up by 30.
Yeah.
Well, I guess they're almost up by 30 anyway, 40-17.
So Amelia Bryant, who started a lot of the season, did not start tonight, goes to the free throw line. She has 2 points tonight. The first one is up and no good off the back of the rim. But I'll tell you, Rob, it's always said you can have an off night shooting, you can never have an off night on defense. That's certainly that theory's certainly been proven true tonight, because Cascade has not played real well offensively, and yet they're still up by 23 and 24 now as Bryant hits that free throw.
Yeah, that one went around and around and then back down.
Yeah.
She'll take it. It all counts the same.
Indeed, yes. Yeah, no style points here in basketball. So now Meyer will bring it up. Claire Phillips now out of the game. Meyer tries to take it in herself, then pitches back out. Now over to Malia. And now we got a jump ball. The possession arrow favors Cascade. So the Lady Cadets will have the ball. So that field goal by Taylor, a cuff, by the way, that broke a 15-0 run by Cascade. So 57.2 seconds to go now. And Cascade on their way to one of their biggest victories of the season, which has been a very, very banner season so far. So now Olivia Bryant with the ball on the left perimeter. Dribbles, patches over to Trinity Hostetler. Back to Bryant. 37 seconds. They might hold for the last shot. 30 seconds now. Top of the key now. Drives into the lane. And now nearly lost the ball, but nice save there by Cascade. 15 seconds now. And now they got her for a travel. So 12.6 seconds to go now. And Edgewood will take over. Down by 24. Cascade, barring a major collapse, will improve to 8-2, while Edgewood will drop to 8-3. So it's going to be another big win for the Lady Cadets. And now 4 seconds left. And Morris drives to the basket, puts it up, no good. She draws the foul with 0.2 of a second left. So she'll be going to the line for 2. Serena Morris, leading scorer on the season for Edgewood, 12.7 a game, averaging, she scored a mere 3 tonight.
Yeah, Cascade just played a totally superior defensive game out there tonight, and that's been really the biggest difference. And
also sloppy ball handling by, and now as Morrison misses the first one off the front of the rim, sloppy ball handling by Edgewood as well. They just have not taken very good care of the basketball, and you can be sure that's something that, their head coach is going to be dealing with between now and their next game. His second one also no good, and time runs out. So we head to the fourth quarter here at Clayton. Your Cascade Lady Cadets, ranked number 5 in the state in Class 2A. They show why now. They're leading the visiting Edgewood Lady Mustangs by a score of 41-17 here on AudioSportsOnline.com.
Hey, let's go ahead and thank some of the sponsors that make it possible for us to be out here. Of course, the Hendricks Regional Health is the sports medicine partner of the Cascade Lady Cadets and the Cascade Cadets. And then we also want to thank CJ's Pizza, Platinum Partner, AIC Irrigation, Platinum Partner, Diamond Partner, North Salem State Bank, and Diamond Partner, Bestway Drywall Incorporated. So thanks to all them. If you're just tuning in tonight, I'm Rob Kendall along with Lex Zorn. 41-17 our score. We head to the fourth quarter. Cascade leading Edgewood. Boys game to follow. And, of course, don't forget tomorrow night we will be right back here for boys basketball action. And that as the boys take on Danville. And that game will also be simulcast on 98.9 FM WYRZ. So if you're out and about in your car, or somewhere where you maybe don't have some internet, you can listen to the game. So we'll be everywhere tomorrow night, Lex.
Yes, definitely, and it's always exciting, to be bringing you these games on AudioSportsOnline.com. It's great. Tomorrow we're going to be on the FM airwaves as well here in Hendricks County. Yet we have 6 very fine schools here in the county, all with good athletic programs, and we love covering all of them. And it's great that we have FM airwaves back now after so many down years. So anyway, now to start off the fourth quarter. Taylor a cuff being double teamed. Boy, I'll tell you, that shows the kind of competitive team that Cascade is when, they're leading by 24 here in the fourth quarter, and they're still, playing this relentless defense. And it's like I always say, you can have an off night, shooting. You can never have an off night defensively. Cascade is not by any means, there's the ball's knocked out of bounds there to Cascade. Cascade has not had a great offensive game by any means, but they've just been spectacular defensively, and that's helped make up for some of their offensive deficiencies. They haven't played badly offensively. They've played decently, but certainly not extremely well. But they've created a lot of great opportunities offensively by playing such superior defense, getting so many steals. And of course, Edgewood has contributed to their own demise. They've made quite a few bad passes tonight. So now there we got, I believe that was Olivia Bryant who was fouled there, and will be going to the free throw line. First free throw up and no good. Second one up, also no good. So now Malia Shockney brings it down for the Lady Mustangs. 6:55 to go. No scoring here in the fourth quarter. Cascade on a 28-3 run. And keep in mind, this is a Class 3A team that, with a record of 8-2 that Cascade's doing this to. So now jump shot no good there by Grace Bretveld. And now the other end. Three-pointer up and no good. And rebound there by Shockney, who brings it up now past the midcourt line. 6:24 to go. And now jump shot no good. Rebound there by Cascade. On the fast break, pitches up, layup, no good. Gets the rebound and is fouled.
That was like a freebie coming in there for Amelia Bryant. And, she's really upset because somebody got an elbow in her way there, and she's going to go to the foul line. But she was thinking 2 easy points, and she skied in there for the rebound.
Yes, indeed. No, nevertheless, she can still get 2 fairly easy points if she hits these free throws. First one is up, and it is good after 4 bounces.
Went around and around and down. That's the second time now.
Yep. So she has 4 points now, and those are the first points by either team here in the fourth quarter tonight.
42-17 our score now, Leck.
Yep, and second free throw up and no good. Nevertheless, definitely a great overall performance by Cascade. So, they should be somewhere about the same, in next week's ratings. They might drop a notch or two, but that would be about it, I would think. The loss to Cardinal Ritter was tough but understandable. It was overtime loss to a very good Class 3A team. Tonight, they're absolutely destroying another very good Class 3A team. So, Cascade very well could be a top 10 team for the balance of the season. And keep in mind that most of these teams they're playing in the regular season are are better teams than what they're going to be playing in the tournament. So, and now it looks like we're going to have a backcourt violation. Now Edgewood will take over. Nearly 3 minutes into the quarter, only 1 point has been scored. That was that free throw by Amelia Bryant. That's not Amelia like Amelia Earhart. This is Emelia, Emelia. It's one trend of this generation. Give kids, names that, are similar to common names but just slightly different. So, anyway, 5:06 to go now, and we got another steal there by Cascade. And short hook shot, no good. And we got a whistle on the rebound.
Who'd you name your kids after?
nobody. Aria was something that, Sherry and I, it was ironic that the names we came up with were similar. I suggested Arena, she suggested Ariana, so we just sort of combined the two for Aria. And then Liam is just something that Sherry came up with. I don't think it was a tribute to Liam Neeson, although that was the only person, that was one of the few people I knew of with that name prior to that. But I think it fits him though. But now a jumper from inside the free throw lane, no good there.
In the ball game now, 32. That was Katie Cleveland with the shot that time.
Yeah.
42. Abby Church also in the ball game.
So now 4:41 to go, and now a three-pointer there by Phillips. Air ball out of bounds to Cascade. Starting to see more of the deep subs in for both teams now.
Did you do middle names for both your kids?
Yeah, the kids all have. They both have 4 names. It's Aria Alicia Kelly. Alicia Kelly McAtee, and then Liam Isaac Jurgen McAtee. So there, the kids are of Irish, German, Swedish, Indian, Chinese, and Portuguese descent. So we tried to cover all their ethnicities.
They got it covered.
Yeah, yeah. So they're from kind of like Tiger Woods, a mix of a little bit of everything. But yeah. So, yeah, it's
Now, for those of you watching at home, we're going to take a real quick break in between games here, reset our stream, save this game out, then we'll restart. You'll have silence for a little bit. You'll be able to watch. You won't hear us as we're going to recharge our batteries, and then we'll be starting our boys broadcast with about 10 minutes to go in the pregame.
So now, Chris, the problem with my kids' IDs is that the computer systems are only set up to handle 3 names. So that a lot of times their IDs are screwed up. So anyway, like there's one of my sons that has his second and third names all written together as one word, which looks really weird. You'd see Isaac Jurgen written together because they're 2 names that have nothing in common from completely different ethnicities. So anyway, so now. Back to action here. We got a foul there. Only 1 point has been scored nearly 5 minutes into this quarter. That was that free throw by Amelia Bryant.
Good crowd starting to pack in here tonight for as we near the end of the girls' game and the start of the boys.
So now Hannah Rasnake going to the free throw line. Rob, this reminds me of that Plainfield versus Greenwood JV football game where things got so bad I started talking about the bug that was crawling on the window. And that was the game where apparently only half of the Greenwood team arrived and only 2 of their fans arrived, for those of you Cascade fans who didn't catch it. So now field goal there by Amelia Shockney. First field goal of the quarter by either team.
Now, we say this pretty much every broadcast, but begs repeating. One of the charms of this Cascade gym and our setup here is we are literally right on the fans. We're right above a row of seating.
Yes.
And so you will see the heads of fans and see the fans stand up from time to time. We call it ambiance.
Yeah, and, sometimes the fans even interact with us during the games.
Yes.
Yeah, which is fun. So 2:36 to go. Cascade, I'll tell you, this is so much more calm than the one the other night. I remember I was just leaning over, really tense for almost the entire game the other night against Cardinal Ritter. It was just such a tense game. Ended up going to overtime, and with the heartbreaking loss there with that shot at the buzzer by Mia Kiner. So tonight it's just been very, very relaxed and lighthearted. Since it's been pretty obvious for quite a while now that Cascade was going to pull out the win. As Shockney goes for the free throw, and she hits it. She has all 3 Edgewood points here in the fourth quarter. She leads Edgewood with 9 overall. So she's been the bright spot on offense. And now inside, and now it's knocked out of bounds to Edgewood with 2:23 to go.
Yeah, again, I want to thank John Acton, the outstanding principal here at the Cascade High School. Also, Scott Stevens, the great athletic director. Thanks to them. They do a phenomenal job, as always. And we would not be able to be out here, Lek, without them. So thank you to both of those gentlemen.
Yeah, and I was sad note to report. My mom just texted me. Actor Joseph Mascolo, Stefano DiMera on Days of Our Lives has died.
Yeah, I saw that. That was earlier today.
So now finally we know the character of Stefano is really dead. For those of you who don't know, who watch Days of Our Lives, my mother and grandmother watched it religiously. On Days of Our Lives, he's been supposedly dead and brought back, but like 8 times. He's the only character in the history of fiction who's come back from the dead more times than Jason. And I always said I'd never believe Stefano was dead until Joseph Mascolo really dies. So now, sadly, he has. So he was a great actor. He'll be missed. He got his start in movies. He was in Jaws 2 early in his career, but then he made his mark on the soap operas playing Stefano DiMera, the famed organized crime boss. He never got to be in a Godfather movie, but, he did the next best thing. So we will definitely miss you, Joseph. And I didn't realize, I thought he was really Italian for a long time. Found he's actually from Connecticut, but he had a heck of an Italian accent, I got to say. So
1:50 left to play in this one, 42-20. Your Cadets with the lead over Edgewood. Rob Kendall along with Lex Zorn as Cascade on the verge of moving to 8-2 on the year.
So it's Carly Bennett now at the free throw line for Edgewood. Her first one is up and no good. Rebound there. And now another jump shot, no good. So Carly Bennett with her first points of the game there on that free throw. So 42-22 now. I'll tell you, though, I hate to stereotype, but somehow it seems more appropriate talking about a soap opera actor during the girls' game than it would during the boys' game. So, anyway.
Well, this is a great win for Cascade because this is a good Edgewood team, and they were very evenly matched for about a quarter and a half, and then Cascade really turned it on. There's a 3-ball, no good.
Yeah, so anyway, 1:07 to go now. And Edgewood about to close out. There's a loss here. And now Lexi Gross on the rebound, tries to take it all the way coast to coast herself, puts it up off the glass, and she hits it. Lexi Gross only scored 5 points in this game, but she's certainly been a spark plug.
And now whistle and a timeout going to be called by Edgewood. I think that's done just to get a player into the basketball game because there was a substitution. What are you really going to talk about at this point?
No, I guess we could talk. If there was a window, we could talk about the bug crawling on the screen, but, anyway. Oh, you mean what the coach is going to talk about? Yeah, I see what you mean, yeah. So now, waiting for the final seconds to tick off. This has been an outstanding game, outstanding win for Cascade. Certainly a great way to rebound emotionally after that loss to Cardinal Ritter on Tuesday night in overtime. It's a game that hard to believe it was ever close. Now Lexi Gross on another fast break puts it up and in. So Gross with 7 now. 14 seconds now. And we'll probably get one more shot there by the Lady Mustangs. 8 seconds to go now. And now a steal there by Lexi Gross. Will she try again? And now she just brings it out, lets the clock run down. So that's it. Your Lady Cadets with an outstanding 46-22 win over the Edgewood Lady Mustangs, keyed by a 28-3 run that spanned the second through fourth quarters. So finishing the game for Cascade, we had Michaela Collier lead the way with 16, followed by Bailey Walker with 11, Lexi Gross with 7, Amelia Bryant with 4, Olivia Bryant with 5, and Hannah Rasnick with 3. The Lady Cadets enter the week ranked number 5 here in Class 2A. They get an outstanding win, 46-22. They rise to 8-2 on the season, while Edgewood falls to 8-3. And then after a short break, we're going to be back to you with the boys' game. So certainly it's been an exciting night already. Hopefully Cascade will close out with a double header sweep tonight over Edgewood.
All right, so thanks for joining us tonight on the girls' side of things. We're going to take a little bit of a pause on our live stream. We will be back here in a couple minutes with the video feed for the boys' game. And don't forget, if you missed any part of tonight's broadcast, you can go back and watch a podcast tomorrow any time you want of this great Cascade victory. For Lex Zorn, I'm Rob Kendall. We'll see you in a few minutes.